Now, we call the meeting to order at 4:03. Roll call will show 3 of us here.
Sauk Rapids would have less streetlights, would be good.
Yeah.
More roundabouts.
Yeah, there you go. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
No.
Somebody want to approve the agenda?
Motion approved.
Second.
Further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Consent agenda, item 5.
Dave is calling me right now. Can I take this?
No, go ahead. June 20th meeting minutes, June 2017 budget statements, June 2017 list of bills, and June 2017 fixed route dial route North Star ridership leader reports.
Motion approved.
Second.
Further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Is there anyone here for open forum? I don't believe so. That's good.
I don't believe so.
General business. Item number 9.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Items number 9, 10, and 11 are basically housekeeping. They're items that we have to do for the Minn application. They did change the application this year. Normally, we have to have that into Minn by like the end of October, and then we don't get those contracts to sign until after we're already in process of operating. So they've kind of changed that, and now they have to be in by the end of July. So we're moving things up a little bit. But so the 3 resolutions are for funding for operations for fixed route dial ride and North Star.
All right.
By moving it up, will we hear sooner than when we?
Well, let's hope we're here by December 31st anyway. Our capital contracts for 17 didn't get approved until April of 17. So, yeah, fingers crossed, but they hold the purse strings, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, anybody got any questions, other questions? Otherwise, we can move 9, 10, and 11, I guess.
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passed unanimously. Update on the Riders Advisory Committee.
Okay, good afternoon, Commissioners. So Ryan asked that I just come and give an update today on the committee. We had a meeting today. It went very well. We have a full 8-member committee. Just added a new individual, Silas Patrick. He's a fixed route bus rider. He is a service-connected veteran, so he brings good insight across the system for us. He has lived in many different cities and chose St. Cloud because of our bus service. He definitely evaluated, and he had really good things to say about our service, so that was good. We actually had a phenomenal meeting today because the last couple months ago we had some items that were brought up from the committee members. You know, they're seeing things through different eyes than operations or employees here at Metro Bus, and we really were able to resolve all of those issues and make some changes at Metro Bus. And you know, just simple things. We've got a committee member that works with the visually impaired throughout our community in bus and route training. And when at the transit center, the posts down there are painted gray, so they kind of blend into the building. Well, when you're visually impaired, you don't see that. And so it was brought to Ed's attention and asked, and our operations team, if we could maybe paint those yellow. And so it's things like that that'll really make a difference for our riders. We had some conversation about signage down at SCSU, some of our shelters, and some route ideas. They continuously bring ideas to us to see if we might change to improve our route service. The other thing that our Rider Advisory Committee is now doing is they're participating in some of our community outreach and marketing events, and they've really taken great ownership with that piece. Not crossing the line of the volunteer versus the employee. We've actually had some requests from some of the committee members that they're ready to take over some supervisory roles down at the transit center, but trying to keep that line in the sand. So I really think that it's a good effort to make sure that the concerns and ideas are being brought forward. So yeah.
Good.
All right, good. Dave, that was item number 12.
No, we zipped through, you're almost done. You could have saved the parking lot. Oh, okay. Well, good. Item number 13 then, regarding upcoming union negotiations.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Just a quick update on upcoming union negotiations. We are scheduled on July 27th with both collective bargaining units, with their business agents and all of their stewards to have kind of the initial meeting, pass off our lists of issues or proposals. We'll talk about that more obviously in the closed session. I believe in the past, Rick, you sat on that committee.
Yeah, and John's been my sub, or my alternate.
Alternate?
And he's gonna be my alternate.
Okay.
I'll be out of
Because
town.
you're not available on the 27th. Okay.
8:30. Okay.
8:30. Yeah, perfect. That's all I have on that.
IT update.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, just a couple of quick updates of some of the projects we've been working on. First thing is, due to our garage expansion, we had to relocate our data radio antenna. So I don't know if you noticed, it's now over here. It used to be over there. So that was actually quite a sight to see. They actually brought in a huge crane to erect it, and then they took the crane over there to take the old one down and watch the guys climb all the way up 140 some
119
feet
or
to hook the cable on the top. They just, like monkeys, they just so that was kind of interesting to watch them do. So the cutover on that was smooth. Like I said, we were probably down 20 minutes total, so it worked really well on that. One of the other things we've just recently done is we actually signed our software replacement phase 1, which if you remember a few months ago we brought that to you where we're replacing part of our software project. So we actually have a signed contract in place for that. We look forward to getting going on that project. That should be going here shortly. Because of that, I actually have to install a new server. So I'm in the process of installing a new server for that new software. And then in addition, we have one scheduled server to be replaced later this year, so we'll be working on that. And then just as kind of some information for some tidbits of information, I put together some ridership numbers. These are year-to-date, fiscal year, last year compared to this year. Our overall ridership, as you know, is down. We're actually, this year, year-to-date, we're at 1,500,627 passengers, and that's through June, October through June. And last year, we were at 1,649,799, which is approximately 10% down from last year. I also track separately, I track wheelchair and bicycles for Minn reporting. Our bicycles are down 11%, which kind of falls with the ridership being down, but interestingly enough, our bicycles are up 9%, even with our ridership being down, so more people are using bicycles on the bus, so I found that interesting. This year we had 10,294 bicycles this year to date, so that's what I have unless there are any questions.
Do we attribute that to anything, that we lose 100,000 people?
There's a lot going on. Some of it was the issue with the college. Some of it is just across the board, transit agencies across the country, they're just ridership. You know, when the economy's doing really well and gas prices are low, I mean, a lot of agencies are saying they're down on ridership. It's not just us. I mean, the majority of transit agencies, I would say, across the country are down on ridership. Even, you know, the big ones, you know, your LAs and stuff, they're down on ridership too. So the economy's good, which is good for us, but unfortunately, with that, our ridership goes down a little bit.
How do the rideshare programs like Uber and Lyft, is that attributed?
You know, that's, I think, too soon to tell on that. I mean, they're pretty recent to the market. I think you're going to see probably a lot of that in the evenings. You know, a lot of people going to and from downtown would be my guess on that.
Night.
But like I said, it's pretty early to tell the impact on that because they've only been around a few months. So.
Yeah, regionally here, but I would think with other transit centers of our size, there's got to be some studies
In fact,
done.
we were just talking about an article earlier today in Los Angeles that Los Angeles, which is a huge transit system, they're trying to find some way to compete against Uber and Lyft, and you know, what can they do to compete at that level?
Yeah.
That individual, almost a taxi cab type ride versus riding the bus. So, you know, across the country, they are definitely having an impact.
Yeah, what I would say too is like the ridership patterns of like when you think of the millennials, in the biggest cities like the Washington D.C.s, the New Yorks, the LA metros, the Uber and Lyft, most of the millennials now, they want to get there now.
Yep.
Versus waiting in the bus 10:30, it takes me 45 minutes to get somewhere. They want to just go now. And then if you take that same concept in St. Cloud, let's say for late night, like come next school semester, you're not going to have late night. So now I can see the Ubers and Lyft now on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday crowd. Let's say when the bars close at 2 p.m., I can see that I can see the ridership of that era spike just because of the demand for the Uber and Lyft at that time of night. But nationally, Ubers and Lyfts are just coming into the market and just facturating the market and just trying to change patterns and behaviors, because everybody wants to know now. Everybody wants to go now. Nobody wants to wait. And they like the fact that they just pull up their phone. I can hit 2 buttons. A car's coming to me in 2 minutes. A car's coming to me in 1 minute, versus me walking to the bus stop and waiting for a bus. And that's.
We have had some very, very initial conversations, very high level brainstorming on what can we, instead of being afraid of that, what can we do to take advantage of it? Does that mean we kind of share with them and have them, say Sartell or St. Stephen, they take a lift to Waite Park and we pick them up, drop them
Right.
off at the bus stop, and then we take them, then they're on the system from that. Or
Less of a competitor, more of a partner.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yep. And again, very high level, we're just kind of trying to brainstorm on different options for that, but that's something that's,
Yeah, just trying to look at the way we do business, just trying to change how we do business.
Yeah.
And trying to get away from the traditional fixed route. Bus comes Sartell every hour, on the hour. Just looking at, like as Paula mentioned, just looking at, okay, well, maybe partner with Sartell, partner with Uber, maybe the areas that's in our service area, have them pick the people up, bring them to like maybe the Walmart where they could get on the bus and get downtown in 10 minutes. Or take them to a crossroads where they could get on the bus and go other places in 15 minutes versus leaving their house and waiting for a bus. It's going to take them an hour to get to crossroads. Now if they take Uber and Metrobus, now that trip time goes from 60 minutes to, let's say, 20 minutes.
Sure. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other?
Oh, yes, we had Todd Zurich came first place in the state rodeo over the weekend in Fergus Falls.
Nice.
So he competed nationally from winning the rodeo last year in Detroit in June,
Yeah.
and then the Minnesota State Rodeo was over the weekend in Fergus Falls, and he came in first place again in the state rodeo. So now next year he'll be
He'll go
competing
back.
nationally in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
and
So-
actually our other drivers, David Peacock came in second.
And David Peacock came in second.
So our
does
two
he go
drivers were first
Does he
and
go on to
second.
nationals too, or just first?
Just, yeah, and then fixed route was
4 and 5.
fifth.
Yeah, we had 2 new operators who actually competed. 2, we call them rookies. First year in the job, we call them rookies. That's like an acronym that we call first-time operators here. So we had 2 rookies who competed, and they actually came in-house. They came first and second, so they competed on the state level, and they came 4th and 5th. So we're real proud of that too as well. To have a first-time driver, less than a year in the job, compete nationally or statewide in the rodeo to come 4th and 5th.
Oh, that's cool.
Really proud of our operators here.
There's some good drivers. That's
Yeah,
good.
safe drivers.
Safe drivers, yeah. And so nothing else? Then have a motion to adjourn.
So
Second.
Second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye.
There you go.